Hello everyone, my name is Shelby. Welcome back to my channel, Grace with Books. Today I'm going to be giving you guys my top 5 middle grade books. Middle grade is a genre I think is making a comeback. A bunch of booktubers have recently been reading middle grade books, and it's prompted me to start thinking about the books that I really enjoyed in my middle school years and really the books that shaped my reading preferences now. It was so much fun to go back and read these books, and I'm so excited to share with you guys my top 5 middle grade genre books. I think that these books that I have on my list can be really read at any age. I think you'll probably enjoy the more whimsical qualities of them when you're younger, but I do think that these sort of fantastical middle grade reads can be enjoyed at any single age. I know I enjoyed rereading them. So without further ado, I have my hot cocoa, I have my list, and let's just get started. The first book I have on my list is The Mysterious Benedict Society by Trenton Lee Stewart. This book tells the story of 4 kids, 2 girls and 2 boys, who passed a mysterious set of tests by the mysterious Mr. Benedict and are inducted into his society for special children. They are sent on a mission to infiltrate the Learning Institute for the Very Enlightened and find out what dark secrets this institute is hiding. Each of these children are extremely gifted in problem solving, in acrobatics, in a whole multitude of things, and they have to learn to work together and get over the differences in order to solve this mystery. All of the books in this series really keep you engaged. I often found myself trying to solve the riddles and puzzles myself, taking breaks from the book to try to do so. The books were so well written, the mysteries so well thought out, and the twists and turns that you go through I had never seen coming. This actually might be the longest book on my list. I think it's about 500 pages, but it really does keep you engaged the whole time, and as a child, when your attention span's a little shorter, that's really important with a long book. So overall, I just love The Mysterious Benedict Society. I love all the books in the series, so that's definitely one of my favorites. The next book on my list is a contemporary actually, and it is called Wonder by R.J. Palacio. This tells the story of Augie Pullman, who was born with an extreme facial deformity and therefore has been homeschooled by his mother his whole life. He's extremely gifted, he's very smart, he loves Star Wars, and when he finally gets to be in 5th grade, he would like to go to an actual school and interact with people. This, of course, is very difficult given his abnormality, and he gets bullied a lot at school and finds comfort in books and turns to the adults in his life to help him make friends and figure out how to be a normal kid after being sheltered for his whole life. This book's main theme, I believe, is kindness. It has one of my favorite quotes of all time: "When given the choice between being right and being kind, choose kind." And it is sort of my family's motto, actually. We all read this book together because my parents felt it was such an important book, and they were right. It is just something that touches you so close to the heart, and I think can teach anyone at any age an important lesson about making an effort to be a little extra kind than you should normally be. We should all be going that extra step to help someone when we have the opportunity to. I think that everyone in their lifetime should read this book once. So yes, that is Wonder by R.J. Palacio. The next book that I have is A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Engle. This tells the story of a girl named Meg and her brother Charles Wallace, whose father disappeared many years ago. When 3 mysterious figures allude to the fact that their father actually might be alive, they go on this epic quest with their friend Calvin in order to rescue their father from the clutches of this universal evil. This book, in one word, to me, is whimsical. It just takes you to so many new places and gives you so many new ideas that you're sort of entrapped from the beginning. One thing that I enjoy is that this book really promotes self-advocacy in children. I think a lot of times kids feel like they are overlooked by adults, and this book sort of shows that kids have the ability to speak up for themselves. They know what they want more than anyone else, and I think that book shows that really well. The 4th book that I have on my list is The Spiderwick Chronicles by Holly Black and Tony Detterilsley. I totally just mispronounced his last name. The Spiderwick Chronicles tells the story of 3 siblings who, with their mom, move into their great uncle's old house. It's all very mysterious. When in this house, they find this field guide called the Spiderwick Field Guide, which sort of details all of the magical creatures that live around the house. And while they first think this is nonsense, they find out that these creatures like pixies and brownies and goblins all exist, and some of them are good and some of them are very evil. What I like about these books is that they're really short, quick reads, but they're so interesting. Each book is about 100 pages each. I remember picking out a book from the library and then coming back a week later to get the next one because they're super quick and just so wonderful. And I think that was really smart actually, because each book would sort of leave you wanting more and then you would go get the next book. So it was really smart how they did that actually. I think Holly and Tony's writing styles mesh really well in these books. It's simply wonderful. It's why I pick up a lot of Holly Black books now, because I loved the Spiderwick Chronicles when I was a kid. The kids in the book are highly relatable. I think that any child can relate to them, and it's just overall just such a wonderful and whimsical story. Now, I love all the books on this list, but this 5th one is probably my favorite, and it would be The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. I have read all of the Chronicles of Narnia books, but this probably is my favorite by far. I love a good origin story. It tells the story of Lucy, Edmund, Susan, and Peter Pevensey, who are sent away into the countryside during World War II. They have to live in this old professor's house. And in that house, while they were inside one day, they find a magical wardrobe that transports them to the land of Narnia. Narnia, however, has been cursed to be eternally in winter by the White Witch, and these 4 siblings have to go figure out a way to save it. I adore this book. It's just so fantastical, and it's honestly one of the books as a child that made me fall in love with reading, so it'll always have such a special place in my heart. I loved the undertones of forgiveness and love that were woven throughout the story. I loved the siblings and how they interacted with each other and learned to get along, and I loved how you can ultimately see how much they care about each other despite the fact they argue all the time. What I also like about the Chronicles of Narnia is that you can start this book, you can read this book without having read the first book in the series, The Magician's Nephew, so if you don't feel like reading that one, it's okay. You don't need it to understand the story, but I of course do recommend you read The Magician's Nephew. It is also wonderful, and it's just such a series that will always have such a happy and warm place in my heart. And those are my top 5 middle grade reads. I of course recommend all of these books if they sound interesting to you. I think they are absolutely wonderful, and they just give me all the nostalgic, warm and fuzzy feelings. If you like this video and would like to see more top 5 videos, I have a bunch of them, so be sure to check them out on my channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Hit the notification bell to get updates on when I post. I post every single Monday and Thursday, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!